Hey y'all, welcome back to another Scuttlebutt with Ivy's Family Factotum. I'm actually just going to jump right in today. I think showing off the same thing, the property, hasn't changed. Other than our woodshed back there that had released, that video had released both part 1 and part 2. Yeah, I know, still don't have the wood in it yet. I still got to do that. So sometimes you just got to take a day off, right? We actually took 2 days. Well, technically, I took 1 day off. Yesterday, being Monday, I had an appointment. So I had to go take care of some stuff. Morning, Giggles. Morning. Hi. And Maximus. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, there you go. There you go. So, yeah, went to go take care of some VA appointments yesterday. Look at all these chickens. All just huddled up. So, it's actually funny seeing chickens, which I'll get back to what I was talking about. But whenever you're raising chicken, like if you hatch chickens and all those hatched chickens are together growing up, that's like their clique, right? That's their gang that they hang out with. And like we can see some of the other ones that are out here roaming around, right? They all hung out together, other than that's either Medea or yeah, that looks like Medea. So that means the white chicks and Rasputia should be inside the coop then, probably laying an egg. But yeah, we can kind of tell, you know, the ones that grew up together are the ones that hang out with each other. So it's kind of weird. And then we got the turkeys and the guineas actually got moved over to the other coop, which it's best to raise guineas with chickens if you can. We tried doing that, but it didn't quite work out. So, but the white, so we got 2 of the brown turkeys and then 1 white turkey, and the white turkey is so much bigger because this right here is one of the turkeys, the brown turkeys. They almost look like a guinea, but they're not. They're turkeys. And then the big old white turkey. But you can see how much taller, which, and I do believe that the white one, because I think we have 1 male and 2 females. If you're kind of looking at feathers, but we'll see what happens. Don't know if they came from the same flock or not, right? So don't know if they're brother, sister, aunt and uncle, yeah, anything. Don't know. But anyway, needed to take a day off, right, to kind of take care of some stuff, and it does help, right? But whenever you take that day off and then you come back out to start working again, you're like, oh man, it is hot out here. But the work's got to get done, right? And I'm not a morning person. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not more. So I can get up to an alarm clock, right, to do stuff, which I think as of right now, because I like staying up late. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I like staying up until 11 o'clock midnight, give or take, and then I'll get my 8 hours. Right. Try to get my 8 hours. Last night was rough. So you can see the Jeep's not here. Gladys actually went into an appointment today because she gets really bad eczema, and being in the sun, doing a few different things, right? It's just she's getting a real bad flare up. So plus with all the rain, all the stuff we've had going on, we've had a kind of an issue with the well water. I think we ended up getting a sulfur bacteria going off in there. So you can treat that with chlorine, right? Or you can treat that with, the Clorox, right? Bleach, right? A lot of people will just pour like a gallon of bleach down their well. I actually have little tabs, right? Little bleach tabs. Bye. She's going and doing her flying missions. But I have those little bleach tabs that I throw down there. I've already used it before. Works great. But I do need to get like a new cap for the well head. I know that's one of our big issues. And at some point, I actually would not mind having, a drill come back out, because our well goes down. It's close to 100 feet. It's like to the top of the well casing is 100 feet, but where the water goes, it's only 98 feet. Right, is whenever the water column is at its tallest, it gets to 98 feet worth of water. And then, from what I can tell, our casing, the plastic piping that goes down, right, is an 8-inch. So, give or take, because I have filled up, like whenever we were using the water tote, I filled that up almost completely, 265 gallons. It could go to 275, but I got to like 260, 265, and the well was running out of water. So I know, and that's when I knew that the water was pretty close to the top of the water column. So I know that I can get, a good 265. Now, how fast that refills, I don't know, because we go through that 265 gallons tote when we were in the RV. Like we would do every 6 days, give or take. Now, I know being in the house, we use a lot more water, because now we have the washer and dryer going. We have a dishwasher. We have actual showers that work better than an RV shower, right? You don't have to turn the water on, off constantly. And haven't had an issue. Now, going into summer, I already know that water column goes down quite a bit, but we've actually had so much rain. There's been so much rain, right, that the water here, I don't think is an issue. And I can always tell when the water is still high based off of our pond, right? So that's one of the things I always check, always look at, is our pond. What are the water levels of the pond? And then Gladys, she did a good job. She was out here. She cut this the other day, doing stuff. But yeah, so the water level on our pond is really, really high. Ooh, there's a nice big fish right there. I just saw it swim out. So this is still really, really, really high. And I mean, it's kind of clear. It looks clear, but it's not the greatest. So yeah, with this, it's maybe 3 feet higher than what it was, like this time last year. So, and I do have, I don't know if we can see it, because I think it's still too far down, but I have a pile of rocks, right? I can still see fish swimming around, but I have a pile of rocks that's going to be in this area, and they're stacked up, right? And I know that that's whenever it starts, the water starts going down, and I would really like to be able to clean this one day. Get like a little fountain going to kind of help move the water around. But yeah, I kind of know. I think it's over here is where I see it. But anyway, we utilize that pond to kind of let us know. I mean, yeah, I can always go stick my head down in the well, but they're going to be really close, right? So this naturally fills in from groundwater. And then obviously water coming from the ridge, which right now there's no water seeping out of the ridge. So I already know that right now is just where the natural groundwater is. So shouldn't have any issues, but I do want to be able to bring someone in and at least do like just another, kind of clean it out, right? Go down another maybe 50 feet. And I've been thinking too, because eventually we want to build another house up on top of the ridge. And from where the house would be located is like a good 400, 500 feet away, right? Might be a little further than that. But elevation, right? Just going from where I'm standing now to the elevation change is over 200 feet in elevation. So, like, I would almost wonder, would we need to have another well up on top of the hill, or would I be able to do kind of like a pump type system down here to send it up there to go to a storage tank, have a storage tank along with, capturing rainwater, right? I could have 2 tanks, one that captures rainwater, one that has water from down here. Because if we're living up there, no one would be down here utilizing this well unless we're like in the shop, right? Because the shop's going to have bathrooms. Eventually the shop's going to have like a butcher shop and all that stuff in there. So this house here would not be actually lived in, and unless like one of the kids is back here and living in the house. That would just, at that point, it would be a guest house, right? So unless my mom decides she wants to take it over, I don't know, instead of building something. But like I said, that house up there is gonna be quite a few years down the road, unless we decide to do it sooner. But with that being said, right, water is always going to be an issue. And I was just kind of thinking about that the other day. I was like, I wonder what this would be like if we had to pump this up there. So, thought for today. Let me know down in the comments what you think. And yeah, just know that if you ever need to take time off, right? Listen to your body, do the things that you need to do. And so we took all day Sunday. We didn't do anything. I didn't, 0 yard work. I did nothing. I just played games on my phone. We're watching a show on Netflix, right? I think we're on season 3. And yeah, that's it. That's all I've been doing. But that rest time is now done. I need to get to work. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm finishing up my coffee, getting in there and getting some work done. But also, don't be out during the hottest part of the day. Whenever it gets to be around, noon to 2 o'clock, definitely, get out of the sun if you can. It's always the hottest part of the day. Take that siesta. Go do something else inside a air-conditioned space if you can. And then get out later to finish up whatever you need to finish up. So, plus we got a little bit of cloud cover here and there, right? I don't think we're not expecting any rain. Not today. I think we might expect a little bit tomorrow. I have to double check, but no. It's a good day. A good day to work. It's going to be hot, but I need to get stuff done. So, all right. Well, we definitely thank y'all for joining in on today's life journey and just kind of playing catch up with some of the stuff that we've been thinking about. And I actually said that I wanted to show and kind of talk about. So I'll do that quick. If you're new here, we definitely thank y'all. Well, I'll show a picture here as I'm talking. This is kind of some of the plans that we're doing, right? Having a shop, having some animal paddocks, and doing things. But then I've also talked about extending, and this is just a little hand-drawn picture. Kind of shows where fencing would go around for additional animal paddocks going all the way up to the main road, across the creek, right, and all those things. That would be the area up where Mom and Dad's cabin is going to be, their little getaway cabin. And so if that's the case and they don't want animals around their little getaway cabin, we'd have to put a fence around their place. But it will allow us to get all this opened up, and the animals would help keep it clear a lot easier than me going through with a tractor, right? So that's the plan, I think. So over the years, that's what we're going to be doing. We're just going to continue building. We're going to continue expanding, and that's it. That's what we're doing. So we definitely thank y'all for falling in. Help us grow. Share us out. It's greatly appreciated. I'm going to get in here, finish my coffee, like I said, get some grub in my belly, and then get busy with my day. So get out there. Thank a veteran with every chance you get. Not only on Veterans Day. We'll see you tomorrow. Later, friends.